Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to France for the final race of the day, MXGP Qualifying. It's round 7 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. Welcome to MXGPTV.com if you're joining us for the first time today. My name is Paul Malin, and if you've been with us all day, of course, then you would have witnessed some fantastic racing in the MX125, presented by FMF Racing, European 250 Championship. Of course, MX2 Qualifying just a moment ago. Final race of the day, though, is this one. The MXGP qualifying race here. We're at Saint-Jean-d'Angely. We're about an hour and a half north of Bordeaux, 4.5 hours south of Paris. We're on the west coast of France. Weather's been interchangeable, but we haven't had any rain today. We had that yesterday, but the track is pretty fast. It's dry, it's slick. A bit of water has gone down in places. Temperatures still hovering around that 20-degree mark, and it's been a bit blustery at times today, but it is quite muggy as well. But a choice of lines at the bottom of all the hills, and this 1,620-meter long racetrack is going to be a real challenge for the MXGP guys. A start is going to be important. You see the MXGP riders out on their sighting lap at the moment. They'll be back in a few seconds, of course, but 1 or 2 last-minute preps going on. A few moments ago, Lisa Leyland was down on the grid, though. She caught up with one of the French wildcards, Greg Aranda. Great to have him back on the Kawasaki, number 20, but also Romain Febvre for Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP. Let's hear what these guys have to say ahead of MXGP qualifying at their home Grand Prix here at Saint-Jean-d'Angely.
I'm now on the start grid of the MXGP qualifying race. Now, I'd like to speak to Romain Febvre, who made his return in Portugal last weekend. 8th overall in Portugal, not really off the pace. I mean, were you pleased with that result?
Yeah, yes and not. Yeah, the second moto was good, I think. I finished 6th. I was with the good group on the front, but first moto I was a little bit, yeah, my pace was a little bit off the group, so, and then I had an issue with the bike, small issue, but yeah, I need to slow down a little bit at the end, so, but it was okay. I didn't feel so much any pain on my foot, so that's the most important, and then now I just need keep going and keep the time on the bike, to find a lot of time on the bike and racing as well.
Now, of course, it's your home GP here. You won here back in 2016. Fans are out to play already here in qualifying day. How much do you rely on the fans to get such a good result?
Yeah, you know, I try to deliver every weekend the best results as I can. It helps for sure sometimes that you can hurt the public, but anyway, I give 100% every time. So I will try my best once again to have a better start, because last weekend was not that great. So hopefully with a good start I can play a little bit more on the phone.
Have a good home GP. Congratulations. Now, I'd like to speak to wildcard Gregory Aranda, another French rider, obviously, going with the French theme. You're wildcarding this weekend. It's a home GP for you. Pretty tough level in MXGP since we saw you last.
Yeah, it's good for me to make one GP of the year. And I ride the French Championship Elite, and my goal is the Supercross in France and also in Germany and England. But it's good to make one GP.
Okay, well, what's the realistic aim for this weekend then? Is it to have fun, or are you aiming for something?
Yeah, have fun and try to be on the top 15. But yeah, the races will be long, so I have to stay strong.
Well, nice to see you and nice speaking to you. Good luck. Thank you. Gregory Aranda there. Good luck to all the guys. It's time to the MXGP qualifying race.
Yeah, great to see Greg and Amanda back this weekend as he prepares to do battle this week in the MXGP qualifying race and the main race tomorrow for the MXGP of France. Riders left the waiting zone shortly after that for their sighting lap. Of course, they are now back in. Free practice earlier. Tim Geiser was fastest at 46.04. Monticelli was second, Paul and third. Jasikonis, Tonas Febvre. Cairoli was about 11th. And then in time practice, here's how the riders fared. It was Geiser once again for Team HRC at 46.4 this time around, 1.5 seconds quicker than the Monster Energy Kawasaki of Julian Lieber. His teammate Dessau was third, about 5 thousandths of a second behind his Belgian teammate. Romain Febvre was fourth, Monster Energy Yamaha Factory Racing. And then Arno Tonas for Monster Energy Wilbur Yamaha. So the guy who made the podium last week. Tony Cairoli was in sixth for Red Bull KTM, 1.8 seconds down on Geiser. That was time practice. Qualifying race might be slightly different. Depends who makes the starts, etc., etc. The Rockstar Energy Husqvarna of Paul Jonas was 7th, and man, he learned to fly earlier today in the one of the practice sessions, because the waves across the top, the right, that little drop down behind the back of pit lane. He tried to scrub it, got it wrong, landed awkwardly. Bike went through off the side of the track, and anyway, he picked himself up. He was fine, but bit of a scare for Paul Jonas. Monticelli was 8th for standing construct KTM. 9th was Paul Ann, and 10th, Tommy Searle, Boss Factory Kawasaki. You're always going to get your fair share of the Slovenian fans following Geiser around, aren't you? And this weekend is going to be no different. Start straight has been freshly groomed. It's prepped. A little bit of water just to keep things nice and moist down there. Great to see Bobryshev back this weekend as well. 21st in the time practice session. Just behind Brian Bogas and just ahead of Sever Brilikov on the JWR Yamaha. Geiser pushing his bike to the line though. Obviously Boyd with confidence. There he is, just to the right, look. Boyd with confidence after going 1-1 a week ago in Portugal, taking the overall for the 2nd time this year. And when you're riding on confidence, you can almost do anything. The new Fox V3 helmets, launched a few weeks ago. There's Lieber. Good to see him enjoying his time here today so far for Monster Energy Kawasaki, the number 33. His teammate has gone a little bit further over. Look at that, guys, and Kai Rodi. Kai Rodi's gone even further over, but you count the gates. I mean, we've got 37 riders lining up today as we look at the Panda Clement de Sal. But when you go wide, you'll get to sort of see how far across from the left as we look at it. There's Romain Febvre. He's just to the inside of Kai Roli. He said needs a good start. His starts weren't good enough last week. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is Febvre, 10 is Kai Roli. From the left as we look at it. There's Arno Tonus. We had him on our MXGP TV studio show today, myself and Miss Leyland. And he was in good mood as well, and still smiling after his podium from a week ago. There's TC 222, Mr. Kai Roli, 9-time champ, current championship leader. The rider with 3 qualifying race wins coming into this one. Geiser has 2. And the other one, actually, first race of the season, went to Romain Febvre, Patagonia. There is Paul Jonas. And almost as quickly, the 128, the Vivo Monticelli, standing construct KTM. 8th in time practice today, so he went to the line 8th. There he is, just in front of the KTM banner. Got a cameraman just in front of Paul Ann and Jasikonis down there. Look, Jonas and Jasikonis, the 2 white Huskies in the middle. So Geiser 2 or 3 positions further down than them. Look at that for a lineup. Over on the right, Tonus, the 25 of de Sal, the 243 of Geiser. Then the 461, then the 222. Brian Bogas going in gate 1, look, alongside him, the 152 of Petar Petrov. Glenn Koldenoff in gate 4. So it'll be interesting to see where the start comes from here. 34 over there is Misha Boy-Dewal on the Hutton Metals Yamaha. He fancies his chances. The Fly Racing 15-second board goes up. Vladimir Tarasov just making some 1 or 2 last-minute adjustments, making sure his bike is on the pad properly. MXGP qualifying race then about to get underway. 20 minutes plus 2 laps. 5-second board is turned. Who will it be that grabs that on fourth? Whole shot charging down into the first turn. Kai Roli hasn't got a good jump. It is Paul Ann and Tonus. So the 2 Monster Energy Wilbo Yamahas, first and second. Koldenoff made a good. In fact, it would be Monticelli there in 3rd position. It is the 128. Then Van Hoorbeek. Oh, a bubble there for Paul Ann, and he goes down, and Kai Roli's down. Oh, carnage at the top of the hill. One of the Kawasaki's is down, Lieber. Wow. A right mess at the start of the race then, but it's Tonis who emerges leading the way from Monticelli, Van Hoorbeek, De Salle and Geiser. Seawer is in there as well in 6, Pacharel 7, Bobachev 8, Febvre 9, Koldenhoff 10, Bernardini 11, Tixier is in 12, Jonas, Jasikonis and Searle, your top 15, Bogus, Simpson, Leoc, De Waal and Lupino. That was a, you know what, I'm surprised actually that people got up and walked away from that one. It didn't look so bad, but on the edge of that drop-off, Paulin just lost the front, he was the other side, people are already committed. You're going to land on bikes, on bodies, and we saw that, and I'm sure we'll see a replay of it again, but thankfully everybody is up and running, it would appear. We'll catch a replay of that towards the end of this lap or at the start of the next lap, but there is number 4 leading the way, Tonis. Monticelli is in 2nd position. The standing construct KTM rider there, the 128, but it's Tonis who leads the way here. 3rd, the end of the straight, is the Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, dancing his way around this Saint-Jean d'Angely circuit. Bobble there for Monticelli, and again for the 89, Geiser looking to make a move at the inside of the Belgian though. Did he make his? Yes, he did. He made it packed, made it stick. So the HRC Honda against the SR Honda Motor Blues. Privateer machine there, the 89 of Van Hoorbeek, the 25 of De Salle, 91 of Seawer bringing up the rear there as they head through that turn in 6th position. And this is what happened a lap ago at this very point. Hold on, here we go. Paulin just lost the front end here. Just got a bobble, stood him up, he went down. Van Hoorbeek did well to miss him. Cairoli got hit. And then Lieber over the bars. His bike was hit by Tommy Searle, and everybody dodging bodies. Very lucky escape for all 3 riders. Here is Geiser. So he's in 3rd place. Team HRC. These clouds aren't getting any brighter over there, eh? Might be raining up north in La Rochelle, a bit further up on the coast. 30-40 minutes from here, Rochefort as well. Coming into land a little bit short there, Geiser, just got a bit of a bounce. Tonis set the fastest lap on that opening lap at 51.7. Yeah, look, 3 abreast here as Cairoli finding his way through the field, past the 34 of De Waal. And just behind him, oh, as he cuts to the inside here, he's going down the inside of 96, Jorge Zaragoza on the Yamaha Alzio Yamalube machine there, number 96 in black. Very stylish rider. Oh, Paulin is going with Cairoli, so we've got the 222 and the 21 at the top of the hill here, both picking themselves up at a similar time, both riding on pure adrenaline and emotion. In the case of Gauthier Paulin, he wants to get a good start pick for tomorrow. Here's Seba Brilikov and the 149 of Dennis Ulrich. So Ulrich this weekend from Germany on the Husky. Cairoli wasn't able to execute that pass though on the 96 of Zaragoza. Paulin getting ready just there in the background at the 21. They're outside of the points at the moment. This time Cairoli does go through. Paulin goes to the inside as well. Cairoli jabs his knee deep into that inside rut. Cairoli getting roughed up here by the Spaniard. This time he does make the pass, surely. That's qualifying. It's early stages of the race. We've just done 2 laps. Everyone's going to be mixing it up, and if you get the opportunity to race with the 9-time champ, then you're going to take it with both hands, and that's exactly what Jorge Zaragoza has done. Bobbles for both riders. Paulin might just find his way past the Spaniard at the bottom of the hill. He does. Or does he? No. The 2 bang bars at the top of the hill. Brilikov doing his best to... Oh, we've got 2 riders down. Bobachev was one of those, and Paulin and Jonas. He's got front brake issues, hasn't he? Right. Stand a bit lower. Cairoli taking it inside line at the bottom of the hill as he follows Ulrich through, and a mistake there from Severbrilikov on the JWI Yamaha. Paulin right back there as well. He's managed to break free from the 96. Yeah, Tommy Searle, he's got a problem with that Boss GP Kawasaki. He pulls off the side of the track. Oh, he maybe just jumped off the side of the track, actually. But he looks to be cruising anyway. Yeah, he's got an issue, Tommy Searle. So no joy for the 100. Then he was in 12th position. A little bit further up, Benoit Paturel for Gavin Van Venrooy Kawasaki. And the 461 here, Roman Febvre. They are 7th and 8th, but up front, still Arnaud Tonus from Monticelli, but guys are now the fastest rider on track as Febvre lights up the back wheel. Simultaneous scrubbing from the two French riders here, the 6 and the 461. With Paturel and Febvre. Tonus leads, Monticelli second, Geiser is third, fourth Van Horbing, fifth is De Salle, 6 Siwa, 7 Paturel, 8 is Febvre, 7th is Febvre, 8 Paturel, 9 Koldenhoff, 10 is Jasikonis, 11 Bogus, 12 Bernardini. Slight bubble there from Monticelli. 13th was Lupino, but Leon may have just passed him. Strybos is inside the top 15 as well. And Tixier, Cairoli now 18th, is dispensed of Dennis Ulrich. Paulin just a couple positions behind. Hard polished, loose marbles, blue groove, slick, chunky rocks, loamy dirt. Track's got everything, off cambers, steep uphills and downhills, big wide flowing corners. And it is Roost City. Oh, just a little nibble on the back end there for Monticelli as he went through there. Here's Cairoli on the back of the 152 of North Europe KTM, Petar Petrov. Oh, and guys around the outside of Monticelli in the end. He probably did that 2 corners before. Got on the drive, up on the right-hand side, ran it round the outside. Here we go. Good drive through the rut. Jumps across. Just maintained his line in the end and made it look very easy. Monticelli, though, he's having a fantastic year, isn't he? Always there, making good starts, making it a little bit easier for himself. Clement de Salle and Jeremy Van Horbing, 89 and the 25. Leo Cairoli chucking his KTM at the turn at the top of the hill. Going after Strybos now, so what is he now, 15th, 16th place? Paulin still going with him, and Petrov and Tixier, I think, behind them. Oh man, he's eating so much roost and getting pink all over his arms, all over his body. Cairoli, all these guys here that are in traffic, 321. Samuele Bernardini getting nudged aside there by the 22 of Strybos. So Bernardini on the Giudinelli Racing Yamaha will be mindful that any moment now Cairoli might be coming through. So the 2 Italians. Again, Cairoli looking to go to the outside. Not pretty, but wasn't pretty for Bernardini either as he came out of that turn. All of a sudden, 1.8 seconds. It's down to 0.8 of a second as Geiser sets the fastest lap of the race at 1:49.4, full second quicker than Arnaud Tonus on the Monstranity Wilbo Yamaha. Triple for Geiser, double single for Tonus. See the difference right there. Quick spurt at the throttle, zig bounce, rack, step down. On the podium here a few years ago, actually, his MX2 days. But nice choice of line there from Geiser. Went wide, cut to the inside, Now he's within touching distance of the number 4 of Arno Tonis, who knows the Slovenian is there with just over 9 minutes to go. A little bit of a novel line there from Geiser. Caught the edge of the bank, clobbered one of the track markers. Looks smooth though, doesn't it? Looks very relaxed. Easy pass in the end. No response there from Tonis. He's now going to start feeding the roost for the first time around the Saint-Jean-d'Angely circuit. Parents got a holiday home not too far from here. Spent a lot of time riding here. He just lost the front there, didn't he? Cost him that drive. That was enough to give Geiser half a bike. Will he respond here, Tonis? You realise where Geiser's just that little bit quicker here and there. Maybe just different line choice. See if he can mix it up and stay on the rear wheel of the 243. 6 laps complete. We're still waiting for Monticelli to come through. There he is, 8.5 seconds behind them on the standing construct of KTM. And Zaragossa's race comes to an end. The Yamaha Ausio. Benoit Paturel and Glenn Koldenoff fighting over 8th place. So Koldenoff was up the inside on gate 2 or 3. Over on the right-hand side, he's alongside Paturel. Leoc, the number 7, and Tony Cairoli. These two are now 13th and 14th. Paulin still there behind them. And number 21, top of the hill, any moment. Oh, a couple of bobbles there for championship leader. Not an easy place to come to here, Saint-Jean-d'Angely. So much going on. Choppy, hard edge bumps. Hard, slick, unpredictable ground. Paulin just lost a bit of time there in the background. He's still there, but not as close as he was. It's Geiser who leads. Cairoli, start of the race, fell just behind Paulin at the top of the first downhill. He's been trying to pick his way through the field ever since. So too has Gauthier Paulin, who's latched onto the rear wheel of the 222. He just lose a bit of his peak there. A rock smash right to the top of the helmet. You see the yellow flying through the air of Cairoli's helmet then as he looked across towards pit lane. Here's Paulin, number 21. Special kit for this weekend. Watch this here. Cairoli looks across. Stone hits the peak. Boom! It was either paint or a big chunk of plastic. Haven't done anything to put him off. Still not able to find his way. Good corner speed at the bottom of the hill, though. Lupino Boga's just ahead of him. Silent man, just watching intently. It's Cairoli. Looks to find a way past, but no joy this time around. All of a sudden, Monticelli, De Sal, Van Horvik, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Seedward just behind them in 6th. And then Fevre in 7th position. So we've got 5 or 6 riders here going at it. Look, just there, 5 riders. Monticelli's previous best qualifying, 4th, Trentino. Obviously got 5th and 6th overall that day. 5th and 6th for 5th overall on the Sunday. Oh, he bobbles there, and DeSau's going to be alongside him. Takes over that third place. With just about 4.5 minutes to go. So DeSau now up in the third. Two Yamahas of Siwa and Fevre. The two factory machines, Monster Energy Yamaha MXGP factory. Line astern. Not been able to say that too much this year. Skating up on marbles as they go through that right-hander. Oh, Fevre just launching it. Top of the hill. Horvik just trying to utilize the power of that Honda's rear wheel. Going out of that right-hander at the top of the hill there. Getting on the gas, letting it slide, letting it pick up. Normally these conditions are made for someone like Fevre, but we saw probably got caught up in the bottleneck at the top of the first turn, second turn. Right, here's Van Horvik, still under attack from Siwa, who again follows him. In fact, they all go in. Oh, and Fevre just spinning up there. He got cross-rutted. Lost ground to these two. Wow. Don't want to be an MXGP rider today, would you? Or this weekend. The roost off the back of these bikes, it's going to be relentless and unforgiving. They'll be glad of a week off next week before we head to Russia for round 8. Nothing in it between these three. Van Horvik, Siwa and Fevre. 5th, 6th and 7th. Koldenhoff about 7 seconds further behind. Siwa looking to go around the outside this time. Here's Lupino, Bogus, Cairoli, Paulin. 11, 12, 13 and 14. Bogus takes a look across, tries to close the door, and he does so successfully. It's always a horrible, edgy rut at the top of that left-hander, and Bogus tips over the berm. So Bogus just came in, maybe just a little too hot. See the position of the bike, kept it running though. So both Cairoli, he was probably alongside and maybe already past there. And Paulin. Paulin also found his way through. So the 77 of Alessandro Lupino is in 11th position. Cairoli and Paulin were pretty much 36, 37 as they picked themselves up on that first lap. At the top of the hill, see it in the highlights. Monticelli under attack here from Siwa. Italian, he closed the door, then overshot. An easy move in the end for Siwa to move up into 4th place, and Fevre goes around the outside as well. And Cairoli, I think, has taken another fall. Bottom of the hill behind pit lane as he tipped over as well, or lost the front. Oh, he loses the front, picks himself up. Paulin goes through. So I'm not sure if that was just his handguard or his clutch lever was up in the air as well. Cairoli when he picked himself up. But Paulin takes over 12th. Bogus back into 13th, I think. We'll have to wait and see. No, Leop into 13th. And Cairoli now in 14th place. Yeah, that handguard is just going to be messing with him because lever will be up as well. Here's Geiser. Nice and smooth, picking his line. 6.5 seconds clear of Arno Tonus. That's the gap between first and second. Your leader halfway up the hill. Difference in tone of the bike as well when you stand at the trackside. The Hondas here just low and grunty. The Yamaha's a lot more revvy. Sound not too dissimilar to just a meaty 250. But the HRC technicians are certainly putting the hours, aren't they? Doing the work. Geiser then, 11 laps complete. 2-lap board is out. Here's Tonus in second. Continuing the form that took him to a podium a week ago. Sal about 14 seconds further back. Right, Seawood now third, Fevre fourth, Van Hoorbeek is now, Fevre is fifth, Van Hoorbeek is now sixth, Monticelli has dropped to seventh, after occupying second for so much of the race. That rut there at the bottom of the hill, you kind of sense that's probably why Bogas went down, because you saw Van Hoorbeek just tighten up, change direction. Yeah, coming out of the penultimate corner. Again, he went to the inside. First time he's got caught out there, Monticelli. So Geiser then continues to lead. He's almost 8 seconds clear of Tonus now. DeSalle is third, Seawood fourth, Fevre is 5. And here is your race leader, Geiser. Van Hoorbeek is 6, Monticelli 7, Koldenhoff 8. So the two standing construct KTMs, 7th and 8th, albeit about 4 seconds apart. Jasikonis is 9 for Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, and 10 is the Gavin Van Venrooy Kawasaki Benoit Paturel. Pino's 11, Paulin 12, Leo and Cairoli are 13 and 14. Julian Lieber also down at the top of the hill. He's in 15th place. Strybos, Bogas, Tixier, Ulrich and Dupre. The top 20 as the 1-lap board goes out to Tim Geiser, who starts his final lap here in the MXGP qualifying race at Saint-Jean-d'Angely, the MXGP of France. Tonus in cruise mode, just over 8 seconds behind. Here's Siwa and Fevre. He looks over his shoulder. He looks like he's happy with his day's work. Just making sure that he can just back off enough and go into cruise mode, bring it home in 5th position. Because behind them, about 4 seconds further back, is Van Hoorbeek. Is he being pushed by Monticelli? No, because that gap has gone out to about 3 seconds. Again, Fevre just keeping an eye on what's going on. There is Cairoli. Sets his fastest lap of the race that time around, a 52.4. Just doesn't look smooth, though. That first lap crash just rattled him a little bit. Maybe the form of Geiser coming in here, being 2 moto wins last week and Grand Prix winner. Fastest in time training as well today. You don't know, do you? So many unanswers, permeable possibilities. 2 corners to go. Tim Geiser heads uphill for the final time. And he'll head down towards the Monster Energy finish line, and it will be Geiser, Team HRC, who will take his 3rd qualifying race win of the season. Tonus will cruise home in 2nd. His best quali of the year was previously Trentino, where he was 3rd. DeSalle is 3rd. Jeremy Seawood goes through in 4th. Roman Fevre will cruise over the line in 5th any moment now. As we look at Cairoli, and Fevre is over the line. Van Hoorbeek 6th, Monticelli 7th, Koldenhoff 8th, Jasikonis 9th, and Benoit Paturel should be 10th for Gavin Van Venrooy Kawasaki, and he is. Paulin found his way into 11th on the final lap. Lupino is 12th. Leon 13th there, and here's Cairoli in 14th position. He'll be disappointed with that. So, what can we expect tomorrow? After what we've just seen there. This Saint-Jean-d'Angely circuit, fans line the fence as they come off the track down to the bottom paddock. You always see the high-fiving going on. Some do it more often than others. But anyway. We'll catch up with our winner in just a few moments' time. Of course, Lisa Leyland back behind the skybox, the waiting zone. Yeah, good ride through the field for the likes of Paulin, for Cairoli, and Julian Lieber, who fell. But Cairoli not happy, look, left-hand side of the bar, down, and hampered his chances of a second comeback in that race after that first lap fall. So for the third time this year then, Tim Geiser wins a qualifying race, and here he is with Lisa Leyland.
Tim Geiser, fastest in time training earlier, now qualifying race win, perfect start to your weekend.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Today I was really enjoying on the track. The track is like quite sketchy, it's quite hard and big bumps, but like I had a lot of fun. So thank you to all the team, and tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow it counts. So we hope we can have a good start and then riding well.
Good luck for tomorrow.
And Geiser is absolutely beaming, isn't he? He's just full of joy, happy as Larry, full of smiles. Track conditions, yeah, hard, slick. It's a French track. It's rocky underneath. It'd be the same if you went to southern Italy or anywhere else. Ernée would be the same. But you've got to ride the conditions that are put in front of you, and he did it. He mastered it. Came home 9.5 seconds clear of Arnaud Tonus to win his third qualifying race win of the year. Take a look at the official confirmation then, and Geiser it is who wins it from Tonus. Commander Sal third, Jeremy Sewell 4, Roman Febvre 5. The Juryman was 6, Ivan Monticelli 7, Coldenhoff 8, Jassiconis 9, and Benoit Paturel. Then it was Paulin who got to 11, Lupino 12, Leop 13, Cairoli 14, Lieber 15, Strybos, Bogus, Tixier, Ulrich, Brilikov, and the rest, one or two guys not so lucky with situations. Simpson went out after about 3 laps. Bobryshev was out. Searle went out. Zaragoza, Jonathan Bengtson. Bengtson a lap down. But anyway, as the fans make their way back for a little bit of feeding time, let's take a look at some of the highlights then. Or all of them, if you want. The gate dropped. Cairoli didn't make the best start. He was squeezed by Tonus and Paulin. But coming out of the next left at the top of the hill, watch what happens here. Paulin goes to the inside. He goes front in. The back end straightens him up. He drops over the edge. And then Cairoli got caught, and so too did Lieber. It was carnage at the top of the hill. Luckily, everybody picked themselves up and walked away. 35th, 36th, 37th, the 3 riders who were involved in that. Cairoli was on the charge almost immediately, and he was bringing with him the 21 of Paulin as Bobryshev and Jonas had a moment. Benoit Paturel came under attack from Febvre, but he eventually did go through as Geiser went around the outside of Monticelli to move into second place. He then made this pass on Tonus to take over the lead. A nice, comfortable pass for the Honda rider. From there, he never looked back. Then all of a sudden, the 128, Monticelli found himself wanting, got caught for 4th by DeSalle. Bogus went down just as he got caught by Cairoli. And then TC fell. Left part of the handlebar was up, and the handguard, clutch lever, made his final part of the race uncomfortable. Again, same part of the race. This time it was Van Horbig that made his way through into 6th, but it was a win for Geiser. Tonus was 2nd, DeSalle was 3rd. Well, hope you've enjoyed the coverage today here on MXGPTV.com. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and early, with the 125s, and then later than that the 250s. But that's all we've got time for here today at Saint-Jean d'Angely. Hope you enjoy the best moments, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.